Pisces, hello. Do you know that you're a beautiful soul? I don't know what you were told when you were just a few years old. If someone was there to love you, to hold you. You have the root girl, which is a very deep childhood wound that has you all tangled up in the trees, begging for attention, to be seen. Attention like, just observe me, like notice that I'm here. Give me love. Give me love like her. Ed Sheeran. Here is an offer. Do you want a new beginning? Do you want emotional connection? Do you want the love that you deserve? That you know you're capable also of giving. You've been through this many, many times. Left behind, forgotten about. This has trained you to get trapped in a thought pattern that makes you feel depleted, isolated, and abandoned. Do you see the mental torture you desperately want out of? The burden you carry, feeling all these emotions. It's scary. You're seeing things that maybe aren't there. What's in the mirror? Is it real or is it fake? Did it come from a good or a bad place? It's hard to face. You're after your cup of gold. What have you been told? I'm all itchy now. So, Pisces, let's break this down. I'm seeing a person that feels very alone and forgotten about. Definitely a lot of emotions, a lot of mirrors, a lot of illusions, a lot being held inside, not being expressed. You feel you need to hide. You don't want what is offered because it's not your truth. Something's been bothering you since your youth. It needs to come to the surface. It wants to be communicated so your heart can fully open and accept, to give and to receive the love in an exchange. when you do this, your intuition will heighten for the better, not for the worse. Because when our intuition is channeled incoherently, like when we just, when we have natural gifts, natural empathic, intuitive gifts, and they aren't balanced and trained and grounded, we move in directions that we think is best for us and end up falling into traps in our head. We stumble into mental torture. Not able to hear clear, needing to turn on music at night and sound like you're having to amplify music and sounds to shut down the voices, the negative interjects in your mind. You're really needing to communicate your truth and what's happened to you and how you've experienced it. The injustice, the good and the bad. It's going to come out messy and it's going to come out really ugly. It's going to be very ugly. But it's like, I'm so itchy. Like, why am I so itchy? I'm only itchy right now, so I know it's coming for this in here somewhere. It's like, what is going on? Are you itching? Like, is there an itch? Okay, well, we're gonna try to ignore the itch. It's for real itchy though. Like, what? Okay. We have a lot to talk about here. Okay, Scorpio. I almost called you Scorpio. Look, something's going on with Scorpio in your energy or something. Whew. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ring this bell. We're gonna bring some good energy in. We're gonna light this Palo Santos. If I said it wrong, I don't care. And then we're going to chime a few times because this energy is heavy. And for you to carry this all by yourself is not working for you. So I'm gonna help. I'm gonna share my light with you. And we're gonna get through this together. So you're not alone. Because you have a lot of love to give, Pisces. So let's try to clear some of this energy. And get to your Garden of Venus. Where you can just flourish and be loved and love and be vibrant. Let's get you into a good place here. Your outcome is torture. And I see this as a mental game your shadow is playing on you to transform you. Your soul is so evolved, it's so experienced that you're struggling to play the game at a simple level. you know a lot. You know the secrets. So you're playing with the devil like the devil can't play with you. But this is the devil's world. And what it likes to do is send you through trials and tests that to see if you're more powerful than it. If you're capable of overcoming it, this position. It's just an obstacle. And you see that. You're well aware, you're confident, you know who you are. But the problem is there's too much bottled up inside. There's too much torture you're putting yourself through. You almost look at the good guy as the bad guy. And I feel like this leads you down a path of, I can do it all by myself. I don't need anybody. I am everything. I can do it all. I don't need your help. I don't need what you're offering. So this is the moment where we learn in scriptures. Please, I'm not religious, okay? This is the moment in scripture where we learn about the most beautiful angel leaving heaven in rebellion against God. And I'm just seeing this as a symbolism for what you're experiencing. You see something, you feel and want to express a story that is against God because how you feel God has treated you. And to me, God is love. So how love has treated you has sort of created this armor, this calloused version of you that goes against love. And this is against your nature, but it's becoming your nurture in a way that blocks your intuition from seeing the setbacks, why the setbacks happen. All right. Spirit of the river. There's two things I want to read actually. Root Girl. We want to read Root Girl. We're going to read two things. Root Girl. What deck are you from, Root Girl? Look, I got you, Pisces. Just give me a second. Because it's hard to remember all this stuff, okay? I don't know. Come on, Root Girl. Oh, yeah, this one. Got it. Bam. Number 46. Okay. Root Girl. The disowned self, hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. Root Girl sits shivering, unclean and naked, at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home, but is safe burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of the sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that, regenerated, can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotions or instincts that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's the homeless child self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. Come on. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you would only look into the root girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet child, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. However, it was this child self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do so, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. Oh, come on, Pisces. I haven't read Root Girl in 2-3 years, but I'm telling you, that's what I was feeling, okay? And we're gonna read this, same deck, same book. We're gonna read this one too. It's Spirit of the River. I feel like you're needing to jump into the ocean depth of yourself and explore a part of you that you've never cracked open. There's a lot of playful energy hiding inside of you that you haven't been able to play and express. And this needs to flood out. Like there's some tears that need to be cried, shed. Number 50. Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. The Spirit of the River invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call for a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting. As the situation in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this, step back, and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing waters in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the Spirit of the River. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride, and will be well. All will be well. Pisces, I love you. What I see here is a beautiful person with a not so great beginning, head start. And then look what's right under that. Look, you're just really, you need a hug. You need a hug.